Hello, you're very welcome to Monaghan Institute's presentation on our courses and how you will apply to Monaghan Institute in the coming year. My name is Rina Williams and I'm the Deputy Director of Monaghan Institute, and we also have Carol Harvey with us here today, and Carol Harvey is the Career Guidance Counsellor for the college. Monaghan Institute recently in 2014 moved into our new facilities, so they're state-of-the-art facilities, and we can't wait to have the opportunity to show you around them. Within Monaghan Institute, our courses are full-time QQI at level 5 and level 6, and these are across usually 1 year. In some of the courses, for example, hairdressing, you complete that over 2 years. We have open days annually. This year, on Thursday, the 4th of March, from 9 AM to 7 PM is our all-day open day, and we also will have an open evening on Thursday, the 13th of May, from 4 to 7 PM. So you will have the opportunity to take a guided tour of Monaghan Institute on those days. So be those virtually or in person, we look forward to welcoming you to Monaghan Institute on the days. Now, I'm going to hand you over to Carol, and Carol's going to go through some of the reasons why you might consider studying at Monaghan Institute. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Rina. Okay, so I suppose there is a lot of benefits to coming to do a QQI programme in Monaghan Institute, but what I'm going to talk about today is just some of the areas that our students have said were some of the main benefits for them. So you get a qualification gained in 1 year. Not everybody wants to go and do a 4-year degree. Some people want to go straight out into employment. So our qualifications are recognised to go straight into employment. After 1 year, or a lot of students stay on to do their second year with us and do their level 6 programme, and again gain employment after that. Okay. Then there is our fees. So I suppose university IT fees can be quite high. They are approximately about maybe 3,000, 3,200 per year. Our fees, depending on the course you're doing, range from 200 to 700 euro for EU nationals. I suppose just in relation to fees, it's very important that you make the right choice for when you're progressing on to university or the ITs, because what a lot of people aren't aware is that the government pays for fees for 1 first year, 1 second year, 1 third year and 1 fourth year for all students in Ireland. Okay, if you are to repeat a first year, so if you choose the wrong course and you're to repeat a year at university, it can cost anything up to 8,000 euro at the minute to repeat that first year. So if you come to Monaghan Institute, the fees are a lot cheaper, and then you can be sure in your option and progress on to university. After that, you get your SUSI grant to come to us, and you also get your SUSI grant to progress on to university, 3 years of university as well. Some students defer their course for the year and come to try it out in Monaghan Institute first of all. So the students might think they want to do, there's a course they want to do, they mightn't be fully sure on it. So instead of committing straight away to a 4-year degree, they come do the year themselves, get a foundation in the subject area, get them some work placement in the course or the career that they're thinking of, and then decide whether or not it's what they want to progress on with after it. Some students aren't sure what they want to do. Okay, so they may want to come and try out a course for a year and maybe spend that year saving for progressing on to university. Points can be quite high for some courses and demand for some courses at universities and ITs can be quite high. So QQI FETEC courses are an alternative route into maybe the course that you want to do. So instead of taking your second or third career option or course option, just give an extra 8 months. That's all the courses take, is 8 months long. Give that extra 8 months to get the course or the career that you really want to do, because you're going to be doing this career for the rest of your life. So you want it to be something you're very passionate about and you don't have any regrets then when you're older. Our courses are all based on continuous assessment. So that means that everything's not based after 1 year or 2 years on an end of year exam. So students find that hugely beneficial because the assessments continue throughout the year. So they have an idea of how they're getting on as they go along in the course. Not only that, but our students learn how to understand a brief, they learn how to do research, they learn how to reference and write assignments before attending university. And feedback from heads of department at university and institutes of technology are that QQI and FETEC students do fantastic throughout the course, because not only have they a foundation in the subject area, but they also have a lot more understanding when it comes to writing assignments, doing research when they attend university.
That's great. Thank you very much, Carol. I'm just going to go through some of the sort of things that people can expect to experience when they're in the college. So what learners might experience. So we have the Monaghan Institute Student Union and other academic opportunities I'm going to talk through this. So the Students' Union is elected annually. It's a committee that coordinates the social events, the clubs, societies and fundraising on behalf of the student body. So annually they would complete fundraising events and organise activities on behalf of their peers. It's a fantastic opportunity. It's great to have it on your CV that you were a representative in the Students' Union, but also it's a fantastic experience. So everyone would have the opportunity to join the Students' Union and represent your peers. In addition to that, some of the academic opportunities that we have within Monaghan Institute are the likes of the scholarship. So we would have a sports scholarship and academic scholarships annually. Academic scholarships are reserved for students who exceed a certain number of points, and both academic and then the sports scholarships are for students who are participating highly in their field. Both sets of scholarships receive some funding. Last year, the previous year, for the first time, we engaged with the Pittsburgh Association of Ireland, and we had the opportunity to send students from our business courses into to businesses in Pittsburgh. So two of the students here, you can see them in Pittsburgh in the image below, spent the year working in internships in Pittsburgh. Fantastic opportunity for them. In addition to that, all of our students have the opportunity to enter in the Microsoft Office Championships. So all students would complete Microsoft modules throughout the year, and they get the Microsoft Office Specialist qualifications if they take the opportunity to take the exams. Those are internationally recognized qualifications, which are in addition to their QQI qualifications. And two of our students last year represented us in London in the Four Nations Championships. They were within the top 10 in their subject in Ireland and the UK, and if they had won that, they would have progressed on to New York. So it's a fantastic opportunity to compete in the Microsoft Championships. In addition to that, we have laptops available to loan from the library, and this year we've lent over 100 laptops to students to allow them to continue their work at home. All students get access to software for free when they're college students. So that's the whole Microsoft suite. Students would also, depending on their course, get access to Adobe software, Sage, payroll, account software, and CAD software if needed. And also we have a lot of online teaching and learning resources. So students would be accessing their classes through Teams, through Moodle, and submitting their assignments through those, which is a fantastic experience when they move into university and college, where they'll be doing the same. Okay, so Carol, would you like to take note on progression?
Okay, so I suppose just to give a little bit of an idea of where you can go from studying at Monaghan Institute. To Monaghan Institute, you can do your FETech level 5 and level 6 program. After 1 year, when you secure your FETech level 5 or your QQI level 5 program, you can go straight into a level 8, the first year of a level 8 program, the first year of a level 7 program, or you can progress into then a level 6 program within Monaghan Institute as well, or other level 6 programs. Also, if you do the level 6 program within Monaghan Institute, you can go into year 2 of some level 7 programs. So you can actually skip the first year of some ordinary degree programs and start in second year. And obviously there is, not everybody wants to progress on, so you can go from Monaghan Institute with your level 5 or level 6 program straight into employment.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, so now we're going to have a look through the courses. So it's important to bear in mind that from all of our courses, you have the opportunity to progress on to further study and into university. So we are going to run through the courses that are available. We won't be able to discuss progression and employment opportunities from all of them, but we will outline the courses that are available. So here we have the sport and tourism department. So within sport, we would have sport and leisure management, sports coaching and exercise studies, and the advanced certificate in health, fitness and sports performance. So those are the two level 5 classes. The first year is feeding into the level 6 of the second year. From the sport and leisure management, you have the opportunity to progress into degrees in sports studies in a variety of different fields, and we as students will progress to University of Ulster, to UCD, to DCU, so they progress to courses all across the country. And tourism department, we have courses in tourism event management, and we have the level 5 tourism with cabin crew training. So that's in conjunction with an airport in Ireland, Waterford Airport, and we would be training students, and they would have the first qualification they need to actually work in an airline if they get the opportunity. In addition to that, we have the second year available, the Advanced Certificate in Business, Tourism and Event Management. So I suppose a quick note here on the facilities. The sports students have access to state-of-the-art gym and hall, and they would all be completing work experience. So they get the opportunity to work in a real live leisure facility or a leisure company setting. In addition to the tourism students, they have work experience on their course too. Okay, so we move on. And I'm going to hand you back over to Carol to talk about the nursing and care courses.
Thanks, Rena. Okay, so within the nursing and care and I suppose sector within the college, we have a variety of courses. So they are the nursing studies course, health service skills, community and social care, applied social studies and psychology, and the advanced certificate in applied social studies. I suppose from those, the nursing studies course, you can progress on. A lot of students do that, maybe who want to try out the nursing for a year before they progress on to do their degree, or maybe they didn't get the points to go straight into their nursing. And this is a direct link into any of the nursing degree programmes within Ireland. Some of our students go to University of Ulster, Stirling in Scotland, just to name a few of the colleges. Our health service skills course would be for, I suppose, students who want to generally go straight into employment within the care and support area. Our community and social care, applied social studies and psychology would be the level 5 programmes, and again students can progress into any of the social studies, social care programmes within the institutes of technology such as Dundalk IT, Sligo IT, etc. Or any of the social science degree programmes within the universities. Students can also stay on and do the advanced certificate in applied social studies at level 6, and from this programme we have you can get into year 2 of the Letterkenny degree that we run in Monaghan Institute. It's a level 7 programme. You skip the first year, and then with an additional 2 years you have your level 7 ordinary degree in health and social care. So it's a fantastic opportunity to get your degree programme while staying within Monaghan.
Thanks, Carol. And it's worth mentioning there too that in the nursing department we have fantastic facilities. We have, I suppose, in essence, to set up the classroom is like a ward, a hospital ward, and students would also complete additional certificates in first aid responders, manual handling and care and things like that too. So, and Carol, I'm going to pass back to you for the science, please.
Okay. I suppose within the science, environment and animal care department, we have numerous courses. So we have the science and lab techniques at level 5, the lab assistant traineeship, horticulture, animal care, and then we have a level 6 advanced certificate in animal science. I suppose just to mention the science and lab techniques course, there is fantastic links to university, to numerous science degree programmes. There's a science degree programme, say for example in UCD, that's about 520 points, and this VTech course takes you, there's a link from the science and lab techniques course into that programme within UCD, and there has been years where all the VTech places that are reserved for VTech students have not been filled. So a brilliant opportunity to get into a high demand course. We also have the lab assistant traineeship. I know Ryan is going to mention maybe traineeships later on in more detail. But again, there's a link to science companies within the locality. So they take on some of our traineeships, and traineeships get an allowance every week. But you also have your qualification at the end of it that is the same as the Science and Lab Techniques PLC programme if you want to progress on from that traineeship. We have a horticulture programme, and I suppose this is looking at anything from growing your own vegetables, growing your own fruit, to designing and landscaping gardens. And again, you can progress on from the horticulture programme to, for example, a plant and environmental programme within TU Dublin. Then we have the animal care level 5 and level 6 programme. I know the level 6 programme we're very lucky to have that in Monaghan Institute. It's one of the few that's the few level 6 programmes in this area in the country, and students progress on from these programmes to veterinary nursing will be very popular from these programmes, ag science will be very popular, and we've had a couple of students go on to do zoology in UCD as well.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, so the next department we're going to have a look at is the engineering department. In recent years, our engineering department has grown from strength to strength. So Monaghan Institute run the level 5 2061 in engineering technology. In addition, we also quite proud of the fact that we're running one of the first traineeships that happen nationally in Ireland, and that's in conjunction with CombiLift. The difference between the two, you'll be working on the same qualification, but in the traineeship, students will do 13 weeks work placement with the company that they're engaged with. So CombiLift annually select about 14 trainees, and they pay them a weekly bursary based on their attendance, where they would be studying at Monaghan Institute, and then they go to CombiLift on a block placement, deliver their skills in engineering. So they'll be studying hydraulics, electronics, engineering theory processes, and then they would come back into college and study again, and then back out on the work placement. So they do blocks of work placement. And within a traineeship, you are not an employee of the company, you are training with them. And at the end of that, depending on the progression of the students and how they have participated in the course and how they've done, there is an opportunity for employment within the company. So we are very proud of the connection with CombiLift, and to date, a huge percentage of our students would gain employment with CombiLift directly after the traineeship. Another traineeship that we have in the engineering department is with a company called Integra, based in Monaghan. They're an international company that design buildings in America, and they work through digitally or online through the internet with that company in America, and they would work on 3D CAD mostly, designing and drawing of buildings. So the course we're offering with them is at a level 6 traineeship, and annually there's about 12 learners on that course, and they will be studying again in block placements. So they come in and study in Monaghan Institute how to use the software and learn the theories behind computer design and building design. And they will go out and do their block placement in Integra, and then come back in and works like that throughout the year. So they're also on a bursary, which is paid by the company to support the learners throughout the year. So there's good competition for positions on these traineeships. Students can complete an application and then an interview, and hopefully gain a place. Remembering that we also have the engineering technology course in Monaghan Institute that's not a traineeship, but if a student wasn't successful on the traineeship interview, they could take the course directly in Monaghan Institute as a PLC course. And quite frequently, CombiLift have look to our engineering technology course to employ stronger students from that, or additional students from that course. And the Integra course, we could use in the engineering level 5 as a stepping stone to get into the level 6 once it's been completed. It's also worth noting that we have the OEM engineering manufacturing apprenticeship work placement or college placement taking place in Monaghan Institute year 1, 2 and 3, and we have phase 2 of the electrical apprenticeship training program in Monaghan Institute too. So apprenticeships, you need to be employed with a company, and that company sponsors you through the apprenticeship. So for more information, you can contact Michelle Baker and CME to be on those courses, or Carol or I, and we can put you in connection with the right person for that course. Okay, so Carol, the next area is childcare. I'm going to pass that back over to you.
So within the childcare sector, we've level 5 and level 6 programs. We've got the certificate in early learning and care, and we've got the advanced certificate in early childhood care and education at level 6, and the advanced certificate in early childhood care and education with special needs assistant with level 6. A lot of students who come to this program stay on to come and complete the level 5 program and stay on to do the level 6 program with ourselves as well. When you're finished, you have a fantastic qualification. You're qualified to work within a creche, to work within a preschool, to work as an SNA in a primary school or secondary school, or to work within an after school club as well. So fantastic employment opportunities from this, and a lot of our students do secure employment locally. For students who want to progress on, there is a link to any of the early childhood care and education degree programs within the Institutes of Technology or within the university. So say, for example, our students progress on to the early childhood care and education degree program in DCU, some of them with the future can on to do their primary school teaching, their masters in primary school teaching after that, or in Dundalk IT as well if they want to stay more local. There is also a link from this programme and a couple of other programmes in the college to the Masters in Home Economics Teaching in St Angela's. So we're delighted to have this link. It's the only link into a Masters programme at university. And so it's our early childhood care and education programme, our social studies course, and our pre-university arts programme that link into the masters in home economics secondary school teaching within St Andrews.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, so we'll have a look at the business administration department. So within the business studies administration, we have our level 5 business studies, and then you can progress from that first year in level 5 into the level 6 business management course. Now, in recent years, this has become a very popular course, and I should mention at this point that some of our more popular courses from the college fill up very quickly. So we would advise you, when applying for the likes of some of the busier courses, to get your application in nice and early to make sure that you are, getting your name down for a place on the course. After our first round is over, our application process moves into date, time, stamp application. So those who applied earlier have the opportunity to keep their places on the course ahead of those who might apply later on in the year. So within the business studies, as I've mentioned, we would be studying application software, you'd be studying business administration and management, and all of these courses would have an element of work placement. And as Carol has mentioned already, a lot of times students will gain employment from their work placement. We also have pharmacy accountant assistant, which we have an additional qualification on and link with the Irish Pharmacy Union. So that's the first part of your qualification of becoming a over-the-counter pharmacist technician. So that would allow you to work in a pharmacy. So that's the first part of that qualification, and it's a stepping stone into that employment area if you're interested in it. We also have a level 5 in accounting, payroll and financial studies, so allow you to go into to progress into degrees in business or in the finance area. In addition, I'm going to mention the apprenticeship with Accounting Technicians Ireland. So if you are interested in becoming an accountant technician, we have an apprenticeship that will allow you to become an accountant technician in 2 years. So typically it takes 3 years studying in university to become an accountant technician, but when you complete an apprenticeship with a company who sponsor you through it, you can gain that qualification within 2 years through Monaghan Institute. So just for more information on those or any of the courses, you can visit our website or contact Carol or I on those. Okay, so the next area is hair and beauty. Carol?
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Okay, so within, I suppose, the hair and beauty department, we have our City and Guilds QQI and City and Guilds hairdressing year 1 and 2. We've City and Guilds barbering, QQI and City and Guilds barbering year 1 and 2. Beauty therapy and makeup level 5, and our advanced certificate in beauty therapy level 6. I suppose these are both areas that have grown in huge demand for these areas in the last number of years, both in the hairdressing industry and in the beauty and makeup industry. The barbering we have added on as a new course because of the demand, I suppose, for barbers in recent years. And the hairdressing programme, after that we have students who go on to become the hairstylists, colour technicians, work on cruise ships, etc. And I suppose within the beauty therapy and makeup industry, you're qualified as a beauty therapist. You're also qualified as a makeup artist, depending on which industry you want to go into. And we also have the level 6 programme in the advanced certificate in beauty therapy as well. And I suppose just to mention, some students maybe want to do these programmes to come and do them for the hairdressing for the 2 years or the beauty therapy for a year. But they can still use their QQI to progress on to a variety of courses and good employment, part-time employment opportunities while studying. So fantastic opportunities, whether you want to work in it within full-time or even if you want to progress on afterwards as well.
Thanks, Carol. And I suppose it's worth noting too that the facilities in relation to these 2 courses, as with all of the courses in the college, are outstanding. So we have a fully operating hair salon in the college, and we have 2 beauty therapy suites as well available to the students with all of the equipment that you'd expect there too.
I suppose just to mention, Raina, that a lot of our students are sought after locally for employment, I suppose within local salons and within the hotels as well, the local hotels.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to mention the IT department. So within Monaghan Institute, we have approximately 12 different IT suites now in the college. 2 of those are fully kitted Mac labs, and then the rest would be Microsoft PC labs. So we have a course in level 5 at computer networking, which would allow you to learn how to set up a working network and install information or data onto the server and have all of the computers connecting to that and collect our printers and work with software. So that's the computer networking. We also have some software development course with games design. So this allows students to come in at a level with no information or no background knowledge on games design and progress very quickly to a situation where they can create their own point and shoot games or software-based games. And then there's a second year on that, the advanced certificate in software design. So those are the programming networking courses. And in addition to that, we also have the multimedia end of IT suite of courses available. So we have digital media and web design and the digital marketing traineeship. So those two are similar in content. The traineeship again will have opportunity to progress to employment with the local employers at the end of it. And the digital media students will be covering topics such as web design, and they'll be editing images, editing magazines, creating footage, using a lot of the equipment they have in the college, cameras and drones, and creating short films, putting voiceovers on those and adding sound to them as well. In addition to that, we have a second year for those students to progress to in the advanced certificate in digital media. Students can progress from this course and from all of our second years, sometimes into the second year of a degree program whenever they go looking for the university, for degrees in university. In addition, we have 2 level 5s in digital photography and creative media and music technology and creative media. Okay, so now we're going to discuss the pre-university arts. I'm going to hand you back to Carol. The pre-university courses are a suite of courses and the arts that we have designed specifically for progressing students into degrees. So when someone is interested in moving on to this area of study. So Carol, you can explain more for us. Thank you.
Okay, these were designed or created in the last couple of years because there was a demand for a bridge program as such for students who want to progress straight into university in these areas. And I suppose one that we had running for quite a number of years and has always been a very successful pre-university course was our pre-university liberal arts program. And this, I suppose, gives you a foundation in a variety of subject areas before progressing on to an arts program, I suppose, to see which modules you would like to pick, or for students maybe who didn't secure the points to get straight into an arts degree program. Our students there's a very high success rate for students getting their first choice when progressing on from the pre-university arts. Students can progress on to any of the degree programs at university. They can progress on to the arts program in UCD, NUI Maynooth, Dundalk IT, NUIG in Galway. So any of the universities or ITs that offer arts programs to our students, there's a link, a FETech link for that. There's also a link to maybe psychology in UCD, some social science programs. So it opens up a lot of doors, just to name a few of them. We also have a program in performing arts as well within this department for students who, I suppose, more into the performance end of the arts subjects. Then onto the pre-university arts, we have, I suppose, animal and agri-science, business and accounting, computers, health, social studies and psychology, tourism and hospitality, and sports studies. And these programs all lead into a huge variety of degree programs at university level. There is on our website there you can see links or some of the programs that our students have gone on to do from these FETech level 5 programs or pre-university programs. And just to give one example, so for example, we had 2 students who wanted to study commerce in NUIG, it's global economics commerce course, and the points were over 500 points to get a secure place in this course. So there was a couple of places reserved for FETech students, and 2 of our students from the pre-university business and accounting course secured a place on the NUIG commerce program. Which was fantastic for those 2 students. So instead of maybe picking a course that they weren't sure about, they came to Monaghan Institute, did an extra year and secured the degree program that they really wanted to do. And as I said, huge variety of degree links. You couldn't name them all here from any of these pre-university programs.
Thanks, Carol. So what you're saying, or what I kind of want to point out here, is that it's worth maybe mentioning that the statistic is quite high. It can be up to 25%, 1 in 4 students who take on a degree that drop out after first year because they haven't picked the degree that's right for them. And we want our courses, and especially these pre-university courses, to give you that opportunity to try studying this topic and see, is this a subject area for you before taking on or embarking on a degree and going down that route. And it's also important to note that when you come to Monaghan Institute, Carol, as the career guidance counsellor, provides fantastic support in relation to helping you complete your CAO and UCAS, and we can guide you through the suite of courses that are available to you, how to apply to them, and there's weekly sessions on support for those. In addition, you would have assignment support classes at lunchtime, and you get a lot of help from your college or your course mentor when you're in the college as well. So there's a lot of facilities available to you when you come to Monaghan Institute. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly mention the degrees, and I'm not going to spend too long on this because Carol has already talked about 2 of them, but just to mention that we also, in conjunction with DKIT, have the Level 8 Bachelor of Business. This is a Level 8 honours degree, which can be achieved in three years. Typically, Level 8 honours degrees take 4 years to achieve. So our students from our Level 5 and Level 6 business courses can progress into this, or you can apply directly through the CAO, and the code is DK817 for those. So Carol's already mentioned the link with a degree in Health and Social Care with LYT, which can be completed in Monaghan Institute as an outreach over 2 years. And she's already mentioned that the progression with St Angela's that we're very proud of. So those are links to degrees in Monaghan Institute. Okay. Okay, so how do you apply to Monaghan Institute? You go directly to our website, monaghaninstitute.ie. We have a fantastic website that we're very proud of. You can apply through a laptop, on your phone, an iPad, so any of the mobile internet accessible devices. On the website, you click on the Apply Now button, which is on all of our pages. And just to remember that our courses aren't advertised on CRO or UCAS. You apply directly to us in Monaghan Institute. We recommend that you apply as soon as possible, and that you put down your first and second choice of courses, just to ensure that you have secured your place with Monaghan Institute. And then you have that extra choice come September, when the CEO and UCAS offers come out. You also have another option in your hand for Monaghan Institute if you've been successful in securing a place with us. Okay, I'd also like to just mention some of our advertising routes. So if you would like to see what college life is like, see what's happening in the college, or follow us on Facebook so that you can find out when our next open day is. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we have a YouTube station that has some videos with testimonials of students on it, and we're also on Twitter. I'd like to point out as well that our prospectus is online this year, and if you go to our website and go to Explore Monaghan Institute, you can see our prospectus. It's in a flip book, and it's also there in a PDF, which can be accessed on the phone. If you would like to contact us for more information, we'd be delighted to talk to you. So our email addresses are here. It's carolharvey@monaghaninstitute.ie and Rina McNally@monaghaninstitute.ie.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.